working on a morning time, so I like to try to remember as much as I could. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. All right, good morning to the folks joining us on the GBN Television Facebook page, the Grenada Broadcasting Network's YouTube channel, GBN channel 7, 11, and 20, Hot 98. Good morning to the listeners, and of course the listeners of Classic 105.5, 105.9. Let's get right into it. This morning we're going to skip word of the day and health tip of the day. I think there are matters of national importance that we need to share before we get into the news at quarter to the hour. All right, let's see where we're going to start this morning. First, we're going to start with, before we get into extended shopping hours, just a reminder, as of Friday, Grenada has 12 confirmed positive cases of COVID-19. So that's up until Friday. Well, we could say up until this morning because no announcements have been made since the announcement of those two new ones on Friday. So up to this morning, there are only 12 confirmed cases of COVID-19 in Grenada. Let's see, information to share. First of, U.S. citizens, please be aware that there are two flights, possibly one, that will be taking U.S. citizens to Puerto Rico as part of a repatriation flight, a repatriation arrangements. The U.S. Embassy has advised that they're coordinating with commercial carriers Seaborne Airlines or Silver Airways to facilitate two flights from Grenada to Puerto Rico today, Monday, for the purpose of repatriating U.S. citizens. Citizens are wishing to travel to the U.S. are asked to contact the airline directly and make a booking by calling 1-801-401-9103, 1-801-401-9103, or you can email them at resgroupbookings@silverairways.com. resgroupbookings@silverairways.com. To ensure that you can be a part of either one of those flights. The airline has estimated the flights will depart at 9 a.m. and 3 p.m. today, Monday, but that is subject to confirmation by the airline, Seaborne Airlines. So those of you who have not been able to make arrangements as yet, see if you can do so today. I'm not sure if the flights are already booked. This announcement has been out since Friday or Saturday. But I'm sharing it just in case there are folks who have not heard and they would be able to get onto the flight. So again, the number is 1-801-401-9103, or you can email resgroupbookings@silverairways.com. That's RES Group Bookings@silverairways.com. Right. The next thing is that customers of Grenville Credit Union, you are advised that the institution will be opened today, Monday. Its locations at Jubilee Street in Grenville and the St. George sub-office on Lucas Street. They will be open from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. And that is, as far as I am aware, the only financial institution that will be open for business today. And that is greatly in part because Grenville Credit Union does not have ATM machines island-wide to facilitate customers or their clients getting funds for extended shopping hours today. So for now, all banks and other financial institutions will remain closed. Only Grenville Credit Union would be available. The rest of us, we need to utilize the ATM machines island-wide. If you don't have an ATM card, well, pull. So please take note. I think that was all before I get into extended shopping hours. Right. Extended shopping hours today, Monday, from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. The Royal Grenada Police Force has advised, or should I say, yes, the government and the Royal Grenada Police Force have advised that extended shopping hours will take place 8 to 5 p.m. at all stores that sell groceries. That includes the major supermarkets as well. We have a video to be played from head of the Community Relations Department of the Royal Grenada Police Force advising us of the intricate details of the extended shopping hours. But just to note, let's see, the major supermarkets have advised that shoppers would only be allowed 25 minutes within their establishment to do your shopping. This is not a drill. This is no time for games. This is to hurry in and hurry out. Remember, you have to leave for somebody else to come in. And if everybody was to take 2 and 3 hours within the supermarket, then everybody will be outside whole day. So the idea is to get you in and out as quick as possible. This is not time to stroll through the aisles. This is not time to compare prices. This is not time to compare ingredients. This is not time to stand up and try to decide, should I buy macaroni or spaghetti? Just pick it up from the aisle, put it in your grocery basket, and movements of Jaja people. No time to stick in out with the quickness. The idea is to have everybody get what they need to do and stock up and be home before COVID realizes Grenadians are on the move. By the time COVID realizes, hey, look, people moving, everybody should be back in their place already. That's the idea. So take note, this morning I put on sneakers and leggings because I know is pace. So try and remember that this morning. Be mindful. The major supermarkets, I'm not sure about the smaller shops. They've advised that you must wear masks to enter their facilities. So ensure that you have that with you when you leave home, as well as your not disposable, but your shopping bags to carry your groceries. So ensure that you have all that. If you do not, for those of you who say you do not have masks and you don't know where you would get, the answer is simple. Don't go into people's supermarket. That's their requirement. No mask, no shopping at my facility. Too many times we look for leniency, and leniency gets us in problems. So if you don't have a mask, go somewhere that does not require it, and leave the people's supermarket in peace and harmonization. All right, it's 14 minutes to 7. I think that was all. We get into the details with the statement by Superintendent Vanny Kerwin, and then we're going to get straight into the news. So this is Good Morning Grenada. We're getting ready for extended shopping hours, and let me say this before we quickly go to the video. Make as much groceries as you can. Those people that can facilitate $500 groceries, go forth. Those who can facilitate $50, make it work. Not everybody is fortunate to be able to make 2 and 3 shopping carts of groceries. If it's just a basket, make it work. Try and budget properly, because let's just say you should be preparing for the long haul within the confines of your own home. So in my mind, the extended hours is to facilitate what would possibly be drastic measures in the coming days. So gather all your troops and gather it fast, and let's prepare to batten down. So, and there's also advice that the kids, try not to carry the kids when you're going to make the groceries. One, we know the kids can be rowdy and sometimes hold us back. So try and arrange with neighbor, the little neighbor that you sit down with, and make it a little gossip on the other neighbors. You hold the kids and I'll buy groceries for myself and you. Or I hold the kids and you go make the groceries. Try and work it out so we won't be toting the kids behind us in what would definitely be a busy day around the Tri-Island. Yep. All right, let's get ready for the news. Ooh. All right, it's 12 minutes onto the hour of 7 o'clock. Stick and stay. This is Classic GBN and Hot 98. Let's get into Superintendent Kerwin and then into the news. Keep it locked.
Pleasant good evening to Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique. Sometime this afternoon, April the 5th, 2020, government has announced a new shopping arrangement for tomorrow, April the 6th, 2020. In this new arrangement, additional time was given for shopping by extending the shopping hours from 8 a.m. to 12 noon to now 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. across the island for shops, grocery stores, and supermarkets. However, the operationalization of this new arrangement lies squarely in the ambit of the country's security forces led by the Royal Grenada Police Force. And as such, I want to brief the nation, providing details of the rollout and expectation for tomorrow's shopping. As announced, all shops, grocery stores, and supermarkets across the Tri-Island state of Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique are cleared to be opened. We have been informed that the major supermarkets will be opening. Banks will remain closed, but ATM services will be available. Parish boundary restrictions will remain in force with the exception of St. David's, whose residents will be allowed to travel to St. George for the purpose of shopping only. However, supply vehicles will be permitted to move across all parish boundaries for the purpose of resupplying the businesses that will be open. Police will maintain control at all parish boundaries and continue static operations at major supermarkets and grocery stores to ensure peaceful operation. Mobile patrol will be deployed throughout every parish, complemented by the continued use of drone technology to ensure safety and security. Vehicle checkpoints will be set up to control movement of traffic and enforce parish boundaries restrictions. There will be a quick response force set up in every divisional headquarters to respond to any emergencies. Gas station arrangements remain in force with the exception of one change. Previously, the DeKalb service station and R&R service station in Grenville were allowed to open. The additional change now include the Victoria service station, which will now open tomorrow, bringing the number of gas stations opening to 3. Notwithstanding that fact, however, these stations will only be serving essential services workers. These gas stations will only be serving essential services workers. Parking will be permitted on the left-hand side of the Kirani James Boulevard towards Grandans to facilitate shoppers at the Foodland supermarket at Kirani James Boulevard. All traffic from Grandans to the tongue of St. George will utilize the Belmont Public Road. We strongly urge everyone to please wear a mask or some sort of face covering if you would be out in public tomorrow taking advantage of the shopping opportunity. We remind shops, grocery stores, and supermarkets to ensure that all markings are visible, identifying the 6 feet physical distancing to be observed. We also remind the public to adhere to the 6 feet physical distancing protocol as is established in the Emergency Powers Act. Persons who are in quarantine and in isolation, we strongly urge you to remain in those positions for tomorrow shopping days. We have revisited the times previously given to poultry farmers who would now be able to access the farms between 6 a.m. and noon, understanding the challenges that these farmers have faced. I am happy to report to the nation that for the last 24 hours, there were no crimes reported throughout all of the divisions of Grenada, Carriacou, and Petite Martinique, except for a few violations under Emergency Powers Act. We urge you, members of the public, to adhere to the rules and stipulations that are put in place because it is for our good and our good only. We are not there yet, but we are getting there. I want to profoundly thank the public for the continued support and cooperation over the last 2 weeks. We crave your understanding and cooperation as we continue the struggle that we have been enduring over the last 2 weeks in combating the deadly disease of COVID-19. We thank you. We ask that you enjoy your shopping day, and we ask that you observe all the protocols that are put in place. You will be protected. Law enforcement is going to be out in full force to ensure that Grenada, Carriacou, and Petite Martinique is safe. Thank you. Have a good evening, and enjoy your shopping day tomorrow.
Good evening and welcome to the Week in Review for the week ending April 3rd, 2020. I'm Beverly Tellisford. We begin with news on Thursday that a Grenadian-born British citizen in his 50s who evaded health officials while awaiting test results for COVID-19 has left in his departure several employees at the Maurice Bishop International Airport in self-quarantine. Here's Sherian Blackman-Stephen with the report.
Acting Chief Medical Officer Dr. Francis Martin says that several employees at the Morris Bishop International Airport, the MBIA, were advised to self-isolate after a confirmed positive COVID-19 patient left Grenada for the United Kingdom without health authorities' notice. In an interview with GBN on Thursday, Dr. Martin said that the people contacted are cooperating with health officials and are not experiencing any symptoms at this time.
Inadvertently, persons who were exposed to him during that process were workers at the airline counter and security officers at the airport. After recognizing what has happened, our contact tracing team headed by our epidemiologist moved quickly to identify with the airport management, identify the staff that were directly involved. Surveillance video was used to identify the exact staff that was involved, and the staff involved and in contact are now under self-quarantine.
Dr. Martin was unable to say how many people are self-quarantined as a result of exposure by that UK patient said to be in his 50s. However, he said he believes they are low risk.
They were all wearing PPEs. And when I say personal protective equipment, I meant equipment that is used in situations like these for dealing with those types of cases. So after investigating their use of the PPEs and the processes that took place, while we do have them under quarantine, it was the circumstances was a minimal risk. So I am really hoping that holds true and that they do not develop any symptoms and that they do not get a positive test.
Meanwhile, Dr. Martin says they await one pending test result sent to CAFA and that the RSS was requested to provide transportation on Thursday to send additional samples for testing. Regarding concerns surrounding self-quarantine and the question of why the government's quarantine centers are not being used for people tested positive for COVID-19, Dr. Martin told GBN all options are on the table.
When we started this process, we self-quarantined some that fit the bill to be self-quarantined, and we mandatory quarantined those of others that we thought needed to be mandatory quarantined. By and large, this has worked really, really well up until this particular rogue case. That was not a case that we thought would do whatever happened. But like I say, it has the circumstances has changed, and the discussion is going to continue to change. As of this morning, again, we start looking at the feasibility of mandatory quarantine, and this event has put more pressure on us to make a decision as to what the best way to go forward in terms of quarantining these people.
Dr. Martin says to date there are between 7 to 9 people in mandatory quarantine and expected to be out in a matter of days. And the amount of people self-quarantined through contact tracing to date is between 80 and 100. The 50-year-old patient 0 is said to be doing well at home, remaining in self-quarantine. Cherry and Blackman Stephen, GBN News.
Wednesday was April Fool's Day, but in the fight against COVID-19, no one was out fooling around. Instead, they were out to take advantage of the first shopping day after the full lockdown was implemented. Rena Pear has more in this report.
Mondays, Wednesdays and Fridays are the days stipulated by government, allowing one person from each household to purchase goods only from small shops within their communities. With only these shops allowed to be open from 8 a.m. to 12 noon, people were seen in lines awaiting to buy their goods. A long line of vehicles was also seen as far as Mount Kay St. George as motorists awaited their turn to get fuel from Deco Industries gas station, opened only to service essential workers. Speaking to the media today, Assistant Commissioner of Police Jessamine Prince said so far people have been adhering to the social distance rules.
Yes, so far we've had full compliance in most of the areas that we've recognized that are open. The exercising of the limited space, limited amount of persons in the supermarket or the grocery store at any one time, we've seen that is being maintained throughout. So I think that in a general sense, the population is understanding what we are, and there are quite a bit of cooperation on the part of the population in respecting the social distancing protocol.
Members of the RGPF were out in their numbers assisting and ensuring the shopping day runs smoothly. ACP Prince is encouraging residents to continue to comply with the rules and maintain social distancing.
But every so often we have to intervene and ask persons to exercise, and in most cases we get compliance. But we really want to get to the point where we would not have to be telling you to do it. You just know that you have to do it because your safety, the security of your own personal life is at stake if you don't recognize that you have to do these things without you being told to do so.
At around 11 a.m., less people were seen on the streets and the gas station as they returned to the confinement of their homes before the clock struck 12. For GBN News, I am Rena Pear reporting.
And as the government-imposed lockdown continued during the week, many remained at home. The only people allowed to leave home were those employed in the essential services. On Thursday, the Royal Grenada Police Force announced they have considered issuing passes to other residents, such as farmers and caregivers. Rena Pear tells us more.
Anyone seeking to obtain a pass during Grenada's 24-hour curfew can do so by writing a letter to the Commission of Police with the relevant information and request, sending it via email to rgpf@spiceisle.com, or they can send it to their district police station. Superintendent John Charles of the RGPF says the pass is to be used strictly to work. He explained the process.
The application will come to the Secretariat at Police Headquarters. It will be perused and considered, and it will be printed, signed, scanned, and returned to the sender in most cases. For the farmers, what we are requiring from you is that you give the following details. You must give your name, where you live, the location of your lands or your animals, a contact telephone number, and how frequent you would like to visit those locations. You also have to state if there will be anyone else accompanying you to those locations. For caregivers, we need your name and the location of your workplace.
Superintendent Charles also stated that not every application sent will be approved. Each application will be treated differently due to the nature of the business, and processing may be delayed. ACP Holly George explained some exceptions.
And I want to read it. The regulation shall not apply in the case of medical emergency. So where a person has a medical emergency and has to move, for that reason, will be facilitated by the police. Section 5 covers the closure of business and exemptions, and that is where stores are allowed to be opened and suppliers, business suppliers, are allowed to apply to the Commissioner of Police under Section 5B for the purpose of facilitating them to provide supplies.
Security businesses and suppliers of goods will also be considered. For GBN News, I am Rena Pear reporting.
In more news, Prime Minister Dr. Keith Mitchell on Monday sought to assure the nation that government will do all it can to assist people who have found themselves unemployed due to COVID-19. We get more in this report.
Prime Minister and Minister of Finance Dr. Keith Mitchell says that by April, people in need of government's assistance should begin receiving checks. The Prime Minister made the disclosure during Monday's news conference in response to questions surrounding the financial impact of COVID-19.
Been fiscally prudent through the last 6 years and so. we're in a good position, better than most countries in the region, to get the kind of support necessary. So it's looking good that we'll get some significant support to help us, but even then we still have to find some local to support it. So we will be announcing soon, because at the first of the month we have to start preparing. We hope by the 20th of April we should start paying checks to those individual persons.
The Prime Minister is reminding Grenadians that we are in the midst of a war, but it's one we can win fighting it together. He admits that he was not prepared for this challenge brought on by COVID-19.
Painful time. It is a very painful. There is no easy solution. Some people have been advocating close down the whole country. No, and 3-4 weeks ago, close down the whole country. Yeah, we could have, What about people? You see, some of us are not responsible, We have no accountability to give.
The Prime Minister said that discussions continue on government's stimulus package, which includes the decrease by 30% on customers' electricity bills. He assures the nation that his promises will be fulfilled. Dr. Mitchell said that his absence from the public in recent weeks was due to intense work in the background dealing with the country's financial needs and the financial needs of those now unemployed and the less fortunate. The Prime Minister said that it's a painful time for politicians with no easy solution. However, he is assuring the country that public workers' jobs will be safeguarded and the needy assistance programs will be increased to meet people's needs. Tony Julian, GBN News.
Welcome back. Funeral services have been put on hold for 7 days because of the measures put in place to stop the spread of the dreaded coronavirus. The changes have left many grieving families with added discomfort as final traditions cannot be followed for their departed loved ones. Christelina John has been looking at the impact of the changes.
What was once mass gatherings at gravesites and happy hours was reduced in recent weeks to 25. Now, none. No funerals, well, at least for the time being. With the implementation of a 7-day curfew and new regulations, funeral agencies are now forced to keep the dead a while longer.
These measures have been implemented to curb the spread of the coronavirus throughout the country, which now has a total of 10 cases of the virus. Though some people here are not comfortable with the delays, these measures have been implemented in many other parts of the world. Citizens in European countries where COVID-19 has claimed hundreds are now unable to perform burials the traditional way. Clinical psychologist Dr. Augustine Panchu, appearing on GBN's To The Point program on Thursday, says he does not believe people want to be rebellious, but rather people are having difficulty in adapting to change. Grenadians, he says, are accustomed to a certain way of sending off their loved ones, and COVID-19 has changed that.
Funeral is only one part of how we are affected and how we're forced to adjust. Yes, we want to be able to give the last farewell. That COVID-19 has taken away that from us. And because it has taken away that from us, we have to adjust. The mind does not just readily wake up one day and accept all of the nuances and the new things. The psyche has to have enough time to adjust to the newness of everything. The funeral is definitely going to be one of the things that is going to challenge the way we see life.
The clinical psychologist believes COVID-19 will bring about a change in people's social interaction and the way we do things in the future. Places like Ireland, where traditionally it's a long social goodbye, this is no more. The latest international updates on the virus show Italy recording 13,155 deaths, followed by Spain with 10,003, and the USA 5,145. Grenada remains one of those countries with no deaths recorded from the virus.
From the Grandin Cemetery in St. George's, I am Christelina John for GBN News.
In the midst of COVID-19 fears, St. George Northeast Member of Parliament Tobias Clement on Monday announced that he is ready to take up his position as opposition leader. Prime Minister Dr. Keith Mitchell was asked about this new development, and he said he would have advised Mr. Clement otherwise.
I have tried to advise my opposition over the years. They have never taken my advice. So I don't know if I can give advice again. And if my friend would have asked me, I would have said, do it after I would have offered good advice, but that's the nature of life.
Clement resigned from the ruling New National Party in late 2019, citing differences with the party's handling of constituency financing, among other issues within the party. Meanwhile, noting the rapid updates on COVID-19 and the ever-changing status quo of the virus and its effects, political leader of the National Democratic Congress, Franca Bernardine, during her second national address to Grenada on COVID-19, impressed with dismay the challenges to plan ahead and prepare. She highlights that survival depends on us uniting as a people and fighting this deadly virus. From the lessons learned from the measures other countries have taken in this COVID-19 fight, the NDC leader notes that working together has been proven and best strategies derived from unity can overcome the virus. Jared Joseph reports.
In this context, I am lending my voice as a national leader and patriot to urge all citizens, no matter your political leaning, to work closely with the government and the national COVID-19 response team to contain the spread of the disease and in so doing, save lives.
With this plea, political leader of the National Democratic Congress, NDC, Franca Bernardine, implored on Grenadians to take individual responsibility for our safety. She highlights that during the March 23rd meeting with the Prime Minister, a consensus was reached to continue cooperating with the Minister of Health and the COVID-19 team in educating the nation on the disease. Coming from that meeting, NDC also nominated their representatives, Lennox Andrews, Cecilia Ann John, and Kennedy Roberts, to the National Committee on COVID-19. The NDC leader again impressed upon the current administration to give serious consideration to suggestions that were already given.
We believe that certain proactive measures can still be implemented to help win the fight. Therefore, once again, the NDC calls on government to consider taking on board the following recommendations. 1. Identify and outfit a national quarantine shelter where people showing symptoms and/or testing positive but not requiring hospitalization will be housed. This facility will separate such persons from the rest of the community.
The political leader added that government should be sensitive to the social realities in which people live in tight spaces or clustered closely in the same yard.
In many instances, social distancing is almost impossible, and self-isolation is definitely impossible. Our existing Public Health Act makes provision for this very situation, and so far we have seen no good reason why the provision of those laws are not applied.
Among the recommendations are building testing capacity, providing adequate protective equipment for health officials and police, as well as giving ample notice before a country lockdown to prevent mass gathering. I am Gerard Joseph for GBN News.
Minister with responsibility for Carriacou and Petite Martinique Affairs, Krinja Maturin-Stewart, says efforts are being made to keep Carriacou and Petite Martinique COVID-19 free. The minister, who also holds the portfolio as Minister for Legal Affairs, was speaking on local media on Thursday and said that additional border patrol via the sea have been strengthened as a means of preventing COVID-19. Minister Maturin-Stewart is advising the people of Carriacou and Petite Martinique to treat each other as if they are positive with COVID-19 as a means of practicing social distancing. Carriacou and Petite Martinique COVID-19 coordinator Dr. Tyron Davis said so far there is no one in Carriacou and Petite Martinique displaying symptoms of COVID-19. He said 32 people traveled from Grenada via the Maurice Bishop International Airport from March 16th to the 21st and were quarantined and are expected to be released by Sunday.
We have implemented certain measures together, of course, with the National COVID Committee in Grenada in order to keep Carriacou free and safe. And the whole intention and idea is to somewhat now isolate Carriacou from mainland Grenada, in which we recently had 10 confirmed cases in Grenada. And there may be a possibility now of community spread. And so we're looking at isolating Carriacou from Grenada to ensure that this virus does not reach our shores.
The advice of the Carriacou and Petite Martinique minister to her constituents is stay away from people, rest at home or rest in peace.
Essentially, very early, we closed our borders. And we would have also increased our surveillance. We have and we still continue to have ongoing patrols by the Coast Guard. We have increased surveillance by police, by traffic wardens, and we even went as far to hire beach wardens to sort of further and to assist us in ensuring that we do not have unwanted persons coming in and interacting and making contact with some of our local persons. Our airport, as you know, was also closed. And then upon confirmation of a positive case in Grenada, what we sought to do was to restrict passenger travel between Carriacou and Grenada.
The advice of the Carriacou and Petite Martinique minister to her constituents is stay away from people, rest at home or rest in peace.
It's time to detox. Detoxing can prevent and help with a myriad of health conditions: kidney and heart disease, diabetes, arthritis, high blood pressure, skin conditions, constipation, weight loss, and so much more. Try our premium detox product, Trifala. Call Nirvana Natural Health Clinic and Health Spa 231-6642, 449-7753 or 418-7115. Come on in or book your appointment now. We are located in Belmont, St. George's, immediately next to the South St. George Parliamentary Rep Office.
Come on, let's sing with me. Let me go. The blood of Jesus over your family. Plead the blood over your family. This is what to pray and say in the morning. Warfare time. That's right, everybody. Welcome back to Good Morning Grenada. It is 17 minutes after the hour of 7 o'clock. All right, let's see. This morning we're going to open the phone lines. It's extended shopping day here in the Tri-Island. I understand the lines have already begun to form around the supermarkets. They open from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. I understand the thing is already getting cocoonious out there with the length of the line. So those of us who have to make groceries, you're in for a long day today. All right, so here's what I want to hear from all our viewers and listeners. What is the number one thing on your shopping list today? I know everybody has a list, some a mile long, some just 5 items, but what is the one item, only one I want to hear, the one item that you must get today on that list? If you get that one item, you'll be cool. Tell me what that is. Only one. Let's see who's on the phones this morning. Good morning.
birthday brother of my family.
Hey, good morning, Miss J. How you doing?
Family, yeah. And you wake up in the morning.
You're well, right?
In the morning.
All is well?
Good morning, my sister Bastam. How you do today? How you do today?
You wake up in a very good mood, girl. What?
At the morning. Oh, yeah. Amen. Mr. Bassam, good morning.
Morning, Miss Jacob.
Don't let it no, please.
Good morning, Miss Jacob. All is well?
Nobody tell me I don't kiss Mr. Bassam.
Yes, Miss Jacob, you had a good weekend, I could see. And I could hear it. You had a good one, yes?
I put the blood over COVID. I put the blood over COVID. I jump him down in the valley. I put him down in the valley. Oh, yes.
Nice. Well, Miss Jacob, today is shopping day. What is the one item you must get today?
Well, my dear darling, I have everything that I want.
So you don't need to shop today?
No.
All right, well, stay safe, right?
Oh. What about my mommy?
She's good. Good, yes. Have a good one.
I saw her must make her laugh this morning.
Most likely. She like to giggle like me. Be safe, okay?
Okay, darling. Love you.
Love.
Bye.
Stay COVID-free. Which reminds me, in shopping today, remember this weekend it's Easter. So get the non-chicken or non-meat items you may need, whether it's mackerel, saltfish, smoked herring, whatever it is. So remember that as you head out to shop today. Yep. All right. What's the number one thing on your list that you must get during shopping day? Good morning.
I have none because I have $1 in my pocket, so I can go in them to place. So back to you in St. George.
Okay. Lord, speaking of, as we head out today, remember only 25 minutes you have to shop. This is a song y'all should be singing in your heads as you head out the door today.
I like to move it.
That should get y'all stepping with the quickness.
Move it.
That's right, 25 minutes, sing that song in the head and you're flying through them aisles, going from one to the next. Before you know it, you're out in about 15 minutes. All right, what's the number one item on your shopping list this morning as you head on out to extended shopping hours and get ready to batten down? All right, let me see. This one says, my one item I need is cooking gas. Two people here says milk. So my one thing is milk. Yes, Miss Jacob wake me up this morning. Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
What's the number one thing on your shopping list?
Well, I need a PVC cement and a PVC cleaner and some toilet paper. That is my number one thing on my shopping list.
That's 3 items.
PVC cement. I don't know where I could get that.
Lost. I don't know either, you know.
Yeah, because my pipe burst so much. There's not too much water wasting.
Bungee.
So I want to fix the pipe.
Whole stream.
So that's big bill for me. And so
Lord, let's hope for the best.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
You too.
And Lotto, I see Lotto. And Nawasa has an emergency line like Gren. Like, anybody knows what that number is that we can call? Anybody listening from Nawasa? But I didn't take the lady name, Lord. Miss, I'll try and get a Nawasa number for you so you could call them, because or a plumber you may need. Lord, Miss, let me hope for the best. Let me hope for the best. The number one item on your shopping list this morning. Good morning.
Morning. Flour.
Oh, say that again?
Flour, please.
Flour. Which flour?
Whole wheat.
Whole wheat. Cook bacon or counter?
Bacon.
Okay. Nice. Bread you want to make, ain't?
Yes.
All right. The number one item on your shopping list. What is that one item? I know everybody has a list, but I only want one item. Let me see who else is on the line. Good morning. Hello.
Hello.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm fine.
What's the number one item on your shopping list?
Onion.
Onion?
Yeah.
Why onion?
Because it's good for the COVID virus.
Oh, okay. I thought it was the garlic.
No, onion is number one. It helps clear the mucus and the chest.
Oh, well, thank you very much. Thank you for that recipe. Thank you. All right.
I think you should spread it out loud and clear.
I shall do that.
Thank you.
All right. Have a good one. I thought they said garlic. Well, you see, miss, you had a secret recipe. All right. Number one item on your shopping list as you head out. Let's help the supermarket help you so they know what they need on deck. Right? So far we have milk, onion, flour. I see a light flash. Electricity going again. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm fine.
What's your number one item on your shopping list?
I want some mincemeat to make some, what do you call the thing again? I remember. But anyway, I want some mincemeat.
That's okay. All right. Fair enough. Have a good one.
All right.
Maybe lasagna or meatloaf or meatballs. I'm making myself hungry too, boy. Let me see. Lord help me. Okay, somebody says matches. Matches. Well, what are you cooking with? Lord, let me hope for the best. Good morning. She can get PVC. Miss, somebody says you can get PVC cement at Depot at Cherry Hill. So hopefully they're open today, yes? All right, so check them out for the PVC cement to fix that pipe. You wouldn't like for when now as I say, okay, we back to billing and they had to take a loan to pay that bill. The thing go tough. So check out Depot at Cherry Hill. All right, good morning.
Good morning. How are you this morning?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good for the time being, except that I want some brown sugar.
Me too. That's the item I need to. Yes, thank you.
All right.
All right.
Have a wonderful day.
Thanks, you too.
All right, bye-bye.
Yes, the brown sugar. I know it was scarce at some point in my life. I saw a supermarket that was a few weeks ago. That's what I'm looking for this morning, brown sugar. All right, somebody says my number one item is carrots. These items don't sound like emergency though. But that's just me, eh? There could be an emergency for the carrots. But these items don't sound like emergency, but a matter of fact, you know what? Just stock up on everything. Stock up on the stock ups. All right, the number one. Good morning.
Good morning, Blossom.
How you do?
Oh, I'm doing extremely well, I must tell you that.
Oh, well, I like it. You put a smile on my face. What are you looking for this morning?
Well, I'm looking at you on the TV there, and if I could put a smile on your face, I'm really feeling good about myself.
That smile is for you.
Yes, thank you. Today, I'm all about cheese because I am Italian for the entire quarantine.
Oh, okay. So cheese. You're going to stock up on real cheese.
Yeah. I'm looking for about four or five different cheese, and not this kind of ordinary cheese that I have. I'm going Calico because I want my provolone, I want my jack, I want my sharp cheddar, and I want some proper mozzarella.
You want fancy thing, man. You want fancy thing.
Well, no, it was not easy thing. I mean, so I could go to my recipe book and look at how to make a nice pizza. Okay. And the easy thing.
To keep yourself occupied for the quarantine.
Yes, after the quarantine, I will change my name to Emerald Lugasi.
What? Why?
Well, the top chef.
You're well right.
Thank you.
Have a good one.
You're welcome.
How weak, I like it. Yes, you see, keep yourself occupied and entertained. All right, let me see. Somebody said number one items, Baker's Pride flour and brown sugar. If you know it to get brown sugar, let a sister know, man. What's your number one item on your shopping list this morning? Good morning, my grandchildren's Pampers. So somebody advertising Pampers on Facebook last night. My item is yeast, baking powder, and water. Oh, you're gonna look for drinking water? All the water that in the pipe there? Hey. What's your number one item? Hotspot might have brown. Okay, all right, I'll go in there. Hold on. Let me go and I don't get. Hold on. My number one thing is Pampers or pull-ups for elderly. Oh, that's a nice one. Good one. What's your number one item on the shopping list this morning? Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you? Just turn the volume down on the television or the radio.
My number one on my shopping list, baking soda and turmeric powder.
Okay, all right, nice. Okay.
Mr. COVID-19.
For Mr. COVID?
Yes, my dear. You drink it hot as a tea in the night before you go and sleep.
Okay.
Kill all virus.
All right, nice.
You have a wonderful day. Bye.
Thanks, you too. Number one item on the shopping list as you head out this morning on extended shopping hours. Remember, you only have 25 minutes in the aisles. So picture the aisles. I'm sure most of us could picture our favorite supermarkets by now and know what we're picking up and where we're finding it. So plan your route and your strategy from now. Because we ain't sticking in the aisles this morning is movements of job people, like my mother says. All right, good morning.
Good morning, and how do you do?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm great.
What's the number one item on your list?
The sugar.
Brown or white?
Anyone again?
Okay, fair enough.
One question. If place is open at 8, what time people are allowed to leave their homes?
Well, I understand that there are people that have been out since 6 to get early in the line. So I guess once you explain to the officers, are trying to get there early, they may allow you. 7:30, now it's a good time to leave because you need to get there for 8.
Okay. Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
Stay safe.
You too.
Thank you.
There have been people lining up since 6. I saw somebody said they were lining up since 5 this morning. I guess it's understandable considering people want to get an early start. So just explain to the officers if there are roadblocks. I met roadblocks coming up from Grenada. So if there are roadblocks, just explain to the officers. So I want to go and buy essential items. And they may let you pass. It's 7:30, so they should be expecting people on the roads by now. Good morning. All right, that person gone. Let me see. Let me go back by the Facebook. What is the number one item on the list? Miss Jacob, go Miss Jacob, you go girl. Miss Jacob, big up yourself. Please cooperate and keep Grenada safe. Amen. Provision. Dog food. I have 2 puppies, 2 months old. They eat more than anyone can imagine. Dog food. Just buy a packet of rice. Wash hands when you get home after taking off masks, face covering. Remember your face masks as you leave home this morning. If you have gloves, walk with them as well. Good morning.
Morning, Big B. I already called, but what I was saying is that in relation to the shopping time, right? Wouldn't that be better from 7 to 4? I mean, earlier. So at least, just a suggestion.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. True, but 8 to 5 is, well, it's still the same number of hours. Whether it's 8 to 4 or 8 to 5 or 7 to 4, it's still the same amount of hours. Starting at 7 or starting at 8 doesn't really make much of a difference. It's still the same, 8-9 hours to get your groceries. Either way, get on up the house if you need to get there and you want to get out early. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning. Just calling to ask if the credit union will be open this morning.
Only Grenville Credit Union.
Only Grenville Credit Union?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Have a nice day.
You too.
All right.
At least that's the information I have. Only Grenville Credit Union is the only financial institution that will be open this morning for business, and that's because they do not have ATM machines. So to facilitate their customers being able to finance their shopping today, they are facilitating that from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Everywhere else, you would need to utilize the ATM machines. Good morning. I need my bright-colored vegetables. The village shops don't have, and I can't get to Marketing Board. That's a sad state of affairs. I don't know what to suggest at this moment. There are. I've seen notices of people doing deliveries for vegetables. You may have to scour social media to look for them. For those of you who need and can't get where you are, and which reminds me that the rule of not crossing the parish lines still in place this morning. So remember that you can't hop, except St. David's could come down to St. George to shop, but St. David's residents cannot go up to St. Andrew. You can only come down, not go up. So St. David, take note, and that's the only boundary crossing that should take place this morning. Those of you who can't get vegetables in your neighborhoods or communities, scour social media, or you maybe know somebody who can look through social media and get the information for people who are delivering vegetables. All right. Good morning.
Good morning, Blossom, and to your followers.
Good morning.
The most important thing on my shopping list this morning, no more positive COVID-19 cases.
Fair enough.
That's what I would like to have. But, one suggestion I have quickly, I think last week I made it. If they would stagger the persons who can go out to shop, they will reduce the congestion. If they do this how they do for licensing of vehicles, they say probably in the morning time, it's people whose last name begins in those letters of the alphabet. So only those people go out, and in the afternoon you have the other set. Or if they're doing it for more than one day, say on Monday it is those people, and on Wednesday it's the other set of people. And in that way we could reduce the congestion by at least half, and it will be easier to social distance. But when it's a short period of time and everybody's trying to get there, to me, it defeats the purpose. That's just one suggestion. I hope that they would take on board. Okay?
All right. Thank you.
You're most welcome.
That I've seen and heard that suggestion, but I think it's probably too late. My personal opinion, we are preparing for a long haul. So I don't see us being allowed to shop for a while again. That's Blossom saying that. Mr. Prime Minister, if I preempted you, my apologies. Sometimes my mouth open and words jump out. But right now, I think we're preparing for drastic measures to take place. So it may be a little too late to implement the staggered shopping time. All right, let's go back. Social media. Let's see what's the number one item on your shopping list. Good morning. I would like to know if MoneyGram or Western Union will be open today. Foodland is MoneyGram. Whichever one Foodland does, I believe that would be open today as well. I am not sure about the other. So whichever one Foodland does, that one will be open. The other one, I'm not sure. MoneyGram opening at 10. You see? Should I read the comments first? MoneyGram opening at 10. Good morning, all. No saltfish. No saltfish. That's not what on your item, or that's your item? Tell me. I ain't too sure. Let's see. My same thoughts, Blossom. You see everybody thinking like me. We in it for the long haul. Good morning.
Morning, Blossom. How are you?
I am good. How are you?
Not too bad. How was your weekend?
It was quiet.
Everybody all right?
Everybody's good.
Well, my priority is God's blessing, and I wake up this morning thanking God for the breath of life. We're here this morning, and this morning 6 o'clock. The current weather, I say, oh my God, I want to see my girl today. I want to hear Blossom today. How are we going to get the news? But it come back a little before the news finished. I just started. Are the problem too?
Yes, there was a shutdown here at the station too.
Okay, I thought you would never come back. I'd like to hear you on morning. What you're giving is good, but I don't need anything on the list this morning. I have everything still. Thank God for that. All I need is a better life, and God to send the cure for to help us to come back to normality.
I agree. Thank you so much for listening and watching. I appreciate it. Have a good one.
All right.
All right. The number one item on your shopping list this morning. What are you going out there to get? Let me see if WhatsApp says supermarkets need to stock and prepare for opening at 8, I believe. They have been doing that this morning on my way up. At after 5, I saw Foodland with lights on and people in there restocking shelves. They have been preparing for this morning as early as yesterday. It could be before that. So, yeah, man, they restock and they're ready for us. Huggins sent a message at Foodland opens at 10. Okay. Good morning, world. Western Union or MoneyGram will be open. Okay, I just answered that one. Hold on, I'm going through. Veggies delivery. Yes, there's a message. I can't download it at the moment. There's a message about the delivery. So just check out social media and you should be able to find the information on the delivery of vegetables. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm fine, and you?
I'm good.
Okay.
You're going to make groceries today?
Yes, I want to, but I want to know if boss running.
That's what I'm not sure about. I would see if I find that information.
We got need some sugar.
Brown or white?
Anyone I get.
Okay. All right. I have been seeing, people asking that question on social media if public transportation will be operating today. I have not heard yes or no. What I could advise is that the RGPF resumes their daily updates at 8:30 a.m. this morning. The last one was on Friday. They didn't have yesterday or Saturday, but it is expected to return this morning 8:30 a.m. and the proceedings will be carried live on GBN Classic and Hot 98. And one of the questions that I would ask the reporters to ask is about public transportation and if they'll be operating today, so stay tuned for that. The banks open today. Like I just said, no banks, as far as I'm aware, will be open today. Only Grenville Credit Union. No banks, no other credit unions, only Grenville Credit Union. Once your bank has an ATM machine, chances are they will remain closed, but the ATMs are still in operations. All right, so what's the number one item on your shopping list? Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I have another problem.
Mm-hmm.
What do I do in a case of an emergency where I have a broken tooth, for example? My teeth broke last night. No dentists are open. I'm not sure what to do, and I'm coming up to a long weekend.
Okay. All right. Thank you. That would be deemed a medical emergency if there are not dentists open. You sure you call all the dentists in the phone book? But either way, you can check out the general hospital. There's usually a dentist at the hospital. I am not sure if what day that dentist would be at the facility. You can call ahead just in case to see if there's a dentist, what day the dentist will be coming in, and where you can attend to dental emergency. Other than that, I am not sure what else could be done. It's up to all of our dentist office are privately owned, so it's up to the owners and operators if they'd like to open during this time or not. But I guess dealing with the fluids, the direct fluids that are responsible for spreading the virus, I'm not sure how many of them are willing to do that. Possibly that's why they've all been closed, to deal with the mouth, which is where the fluids are. So maybe call the hospital and see what can be done for you, miss. Let's see the number one items on your shopping list. One bank ATM is not working, my friend, to get money. What do you mean one bank ATM he not get no money? There are ATM machines island-wide. I don't know what to I'm not sure what to tell you anymore. I am not RBTD. I don't think they only have one teller machine, but I'm not sure what to tell you. If the ATM is not working, I can't fix it. So I'm not sure what to say. Okay. I don't think the police will be having a press release. We advised the press release this morning have been cancelled until further notice. That's the information they sent out on Saturday. The one about the cancellation of the press brief, that was on Saturday. It is expected to resume this morning. I'm not sure what the problem was over the weekend. So, yeah, that notice was from Saturday. Let's get back to the topic, your number one item on your shopping list. Good morning.
Yes, good morning to you and have a great day.
You too.
No, I don't shop. I don't shop in kiosks, and I will not shop in kiosks. I'll wait until everybody finishes shopping, and then I will shop. I have a concern. The people who have to shop and doesn't have a face mask, do you get free face mask, or do you have people delivering or distributing face masks? How do you get a face mask if you don't have a face mask? And the people who have NIS check to cash, how would they check it and who would cash it?
Thank you very much. NIS, I believe, is closed. You'll have to wait until NIS and not even NIS. You'll have to wait until the banks open. That's the short of the story. In relation to face masks, there are a number of tailors and seamstresses in various communities around the island that make face masks. I purchased one just last week, so we can all try to get them. If you do not have one, again, scour social media. There have been advertisements since over the weekend. You can try using this is my mask. Thank you again, Rena. Big up your wholesale, $10. If you do not have a specific mask for your face, you can possibly try a scarf. I've seen ways on YouTube and social media on how to make a mask from a square piece of cloth. There are different things that we can do. I do not know if anybody giving out free masks. Just spend a $10 for your own health and your life. Get a scarf, fold up a piece of cloth, take a t-shirt and tie your nose. Like, just try something. Let's not wait for the free mask. Try if you and get a mask. Short of the story. Let me go back to the phone lines. Good morning.
Good morning, Blossom.
How are you?
How are you?
I'm good.
Good. Blossom, I don't have a list for it, but I heard them say that we need to wear masks. Where would I get them?
There are masks available. Pharmacies will be open this morning. I know there are pharmacies.
But then, okay, from home to the pharmacy, I'm exposed, isn't it?
Well, then get a scarf. You don't have a scarf, a cloth, nothing home?
I have, this mask, the mask that they used to play with Shotney and Sailor. That you put on one of these?
if it's safe, at least until you get to buying another one.
But it has holes.
Then improvise and put a piece of cloth inside the piece of wire or something or the underwear, a t-shirt at top. No, Miss J.
This whole thing is a big hoax. And the world must realize what the Bible says, that Jesus said he's going to give us strong delusion that we may believe a lie because we never want to believe the truth. So when we live and we don't believe the truth, he's saying he's going to give us a strong delusion and we believe a lie.
So this is the delusion?
A hoax, a global satanic
So hold on, Ms. J. So what is the confirmation that this is the illusion that God is referring to?
Well, no, but he said so. Well, if we believe a lie, when this whole global,
what I'm saying is, it could be this could be the illusion. Something else could have been the illusion.
Yes,
why are you so certain that this is the illusion?
I'm saying this could be one of them.
So in the meantime, it could be. So it's not confirmed that it is. So in the meantime, let me protect yourself.
It is confirmed, but we're not looking in the right places.
Okay.
Have a blessed day.
You too.
Bye-bye.
Listen, Lord. If you don't have a mask, improvise. There's a word called improvise for a reason. It means if you don't have something, make something work until you could get what you're looking for. Use a t-shirt, a top, a underwear. I've seen people make masks from brasiers. So cut a bra and make a face mask. Try something. And don't just say, I ain't have and that's it. Ms. J, if you think this is a hoax and you choose to believe that, so be it. I choose to believe otherwise, that this virus is real and it could possibly kill me and my loved ones, so I'm taking precautions. There's a saying that says, better safe than sorry, so I am going to be safe and not sorry. Whatever your belief as at this time with coronavirus COVID-19, if you believe it's a hoax, if you believe it's 5G that's causing it, whatever you believe, that's your prerogative. Blossom believes that this is real and it could either kill me or make me sick until I can't eat, and when I can't eat is a different story. That's what I choose to believe. You have your own, so be it. On that note, let's take a break and come back inside. It's 7:45. Stick and stay. We're talking your number one item on your shopping list. We'll be right back.
This is your Grenlec, and our story is one of change and development. We strive to ensure that you have the reliable service you depend on every day, at home, at work, and at play. We understand the importance of electricity in propelling our economy and affording our customers an enhanced, convenient, and comfortable life. Our performance indicators show that Grenlec is one of the best utilities in the Caribbean, but our mission is far from accomplished. We now strive to exceed your expectations. This is our Grenlec, and we are proud to serve you.
Total is one of the world's largest oil companies with a top quality line of lubricants. Total Lubricants has a full product line from passenger cars, motorcycle, heavy industrial equipment, mining, trucking, agriculture, and manufacturing machines and vehicles. Total Lubricants, winning championships in motorsports, including Formula One and World Rally Championships. Total Lubricants are available at all Rubis service stations, leading automotive shops, and distributed by Huggins.
Whenever we're faced with difficulties, we find comfort in those we know and trust. This is especially true when a loved one has died.
Welcome to Otway Bailey Funeral Home.
For over 100 years, Otway Bailey Funeral Home has helped families celebrate the lives of their loved ones with compassion and dignity. Our affordability, attention to detail, warm and caring staff has contributed us being the funeral home of choice for official and state funerals. We treat you as we would treat our own family. All of our services are designed to help you get through one of the most personal and challenging stages of life, whether it's planning a funeral, joining our burial society, or pre-arrangements. You can be assured of the Otway Bailey commitment to consistently provide the most caring and professional service possible with the best options and price. So call us 440-2558 or visit our website, otwaybaileyfuneralhome.org.
At Otway Bailey, we offer the perfect tribute any family can afford.
Despite the situation we now face, one thing is for certain. We will get through this together. As much as we are a part of your community, you are a part of who we are. Let's take care of each other during this time, as we always do. And soon, we know that with the dawn of that new day, all of this will be over, and our land will once again be healed. In the meantime, stay safe. Know that we're here for you. Courts, bringing value home.
As we prepare and remain vigilant amid the coronavirus pandemic, the GUT Credit Union remains committed to serving you and your family in the safest way possible. We have increased the frequency of cleaning and sanitizing all branches and ATMs throughout the day. In an effort to maintain the protocols of social distancing, we encourage you to use the ATMs to conduct simple transactions. For your protection and convenience, our officers are available to conduct business via telephone if needed. As a member, if you are facing financial challenges as a result of the pandemic, please contact us to discuss the range of flexible options available to you. More information can be obtained by calling 440-1354, emailing gutcu@spicile.com, or visiting www.gutcu.com. Together, we can successfully navigate through this time. GUT Credit Union, it's where you belong.
Welcome back to Good Morning Grenada. This morning we're getting ready for extended shopping hours, which should kick off in just about 11 minutes officially, although I know the people have been lining up for the past maybe hour or so. So what is the number one item on your shopping list as you head out this morning? One of the very important items that you need to pick up. Let me go back by the phone lines. Good morning.
Good morning, Blas. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm fine. I don't know why I come to the media, you know.
Okay.
Just sitting behind the scenes and do more listening. So I've been looking at I find time to open up the country, because what I'm saying, we just have about 12 cases, and majority of the cases are imported cases, you know. Well, leave the that's my opinion. Leave the airport closed and open up the port, you know, so cargoes could come in, because there is no local. I think there is only one local case.
Cargoes are coming in.
Cargoes are coming. So the port is open.
The port is open to receive goods, not people.
But the airport is closed.
Yes.
Okay. But what I'm saying, I've been looking at this coronavirus. I think there is a big conspiracy behind it. I've been talking to medical expert, and they tell me looks like this is made in some lab or something. I think there is some big conspiracy behind it, and the medical expert is not coming to tell the people the truth. And this is all I got to say. Thank you, Blossom. You have a nice day.
Thank you very much. Whether it was made in the lab or it really came from where they say it came, the point is it's here. There are many conspiracy theories about the place. It's what everybody chooses to believe and choose to recognize, and the precautions we all choose to take. So whatever precautions you choose to take or not to take, that's your prerogative. The rest of us will continue to wear our masks and stay home and wash our hands and do what we need to do to stay COVID-free. With 1 million cases diagnosed around the world, I don't think, you know what, let me not go there. I choose to believe that it could kill me, and I choose to protect myself and my family. What you choose to do, so be it. What you choose to believe, so be it. Let me stick to the vibes this morning. What's on your shopping list? What's on your shopping list? Let me go back by WhatsApp where I could actually see what people are saying. All right. Good morning. My number one item is Cricks. Oh, wait, what? I had a battle with Cricks the other day, you know. Let's see. My number one item is Pampers. Okay, hold on. Would pharmacies be open for the week? I am not sure for the week. I know they are open today. They have not been given extended shopping hours, I believe. I think they are still 10 a.m. to 12 noon. But pharmacies are open today. So don't wait until later in the week to figure out what you need from the pharmacy. Get it today. Better safe than sorry, and put it away. All right. Let me go back by the phone lines. Good morning.
Hi, good morning. Trying to get the radio station.
Yes, you're on. Go ahead, please.
Yeah, good morning.
Just turn the volume down on the television.
A question I want to ask is if the gas station will be available for public people now to get a little gas today.
Thank you very much. Not that I am aware. Gas station is only available, well, that is fuel for vehicles. They are only open to essential workers. Everybody else, vehicles should be packed up home. If you need to get to the shop, walk. I don't know. Lord, I don't know. The gas stations are only open to essential workers. So that's that. Good morning.
Cricks is on my shopping list.
Cricks?
Yeah.
Which Cricks?
Biscuits.
Yeah, which flavor then? Anyone. Okay. Okay, fair enough. All right. Cricks. When you're a lover of Cricks, I guess you don't have you can't pick and choose, innit? Let me see what's on Facebook. What's the number one item on the shopping list? So Grenville Credit Union will be open, but you can't cross parishes and so. Okay, let's see what's happening. Oh, can I shop if I'm not allowed to purchase gas for my vehicle? Walk to the shop? I don't know. What about the person that can't wear masks due to medical reasons? That's the first time I'm hearing about people who can't wear masks for medical reasons. I don't know what that medical reason may be. I don't know. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
Awesome.
Hi.
How are you doing today?
I'm good. How you do?
Nice. I'm calling from cities.
Okay. What's the number one item on your list?
The first thing on the list is one, thank God for life.
Thank God for life. All right. Nice.
I'm enjoying your program. Very good, girl.
Thank you very much. Keep watching. Thank you. Have a good one.
Same to you, dear.
All right.
Bye-bye. Nice.
And the number one item on your shopping list, for the comments I'm seeing, the number one item should be masks. Look for them. Look for them about the place. Just go on Facebook and look for face masks in Grenada. Something bound to pop up. My item, saltfish. I cannot find any watching from the UK. Lord, well, you're going to have to substitute. I'm not sure. Substitute with what? But find a substitution. Let's see what's the number one item on your shopping list this morning. It's 4 minutes on to 8 o'clock. Pepperoni, I want to make a pizza to drop for you. Cricks and sugar. All right. The person making the pizza, set up yourself right chest. Yeah. I have a meat chest, so get your troops. My number one item on my shopping list is sugar. Everybody looking for sugar? What else do you want on your shopping? What else is on your shopping list this morning? The number one item. Somebody sent me a picture of what they're going to use for a face mask. I can't tell all what it is. Yeah, blue, gas blue. That's what you're looking for this morning. Blue. I'm playing this song because that's what y'all should be singing. Heading out the door this morning. Good morning. I'm very in need of cooking gas, 100 pounds. Can I get some place? How can I thank you? How can I get the distributors of the 100-pound cylinders? Call your distributor. Whoever is your distributor, try and contact them. Most likely those who distribute the 20-pound are usually those who distribute the 100 pounds. So if they're stocking up on the 20-pound cylinders, maybe you can look in the phone book for the suppliers and get a number for them and see if and when they can deliver. What's the number one item? Cricks. Well, cricks and sugar seems to be... while you're preparing for the long haul, cricks and sugar seems to be in demand. All right, let's see. What's the number one item on your shopping list? Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm all right.
What's the number one item on your shopping list?
Not really shopping list. I just find it over the credit union today.
Only Grenville Credit Union opened.
Only Grenville. So what I was saying, Judge, is what are the people who don't have a credit card and their family to feed you?
I'm not sure.
Let's see what's the number one item.
You're not sure on that one?
Well, no, I can't really help you with that one.
Good morning.
Well, I'm trying to feed you. I need some cash. And I don't have
Well, when they were open, you should have taken advantage of it. I can't help you now, sir. Have a good day. Listen, there's nothing I could do for you if you don't have. I do not have the keys to these buildings. So if you did not take advantage of it when they were open, then I don't know what to tell you at this point. Please make an announcement for the Raw Grenada Police Force to come on TV and threaten the people who keep burning bush in Grandans Golf Course, Coffeebo Hillside. Tell the police to remind them of the fees. We do not have to wait for the police. We can call them. Call South St. George. I can't remember the number off the top of my head, but call the police. We don't have to wait for others to call them. You don't have to call me to tell me to call them. Call them yourselves. Complain because they won't know. And then call the police. Yeah? All right. Somebody's leaving a number here. 407-2300 for face masks. My baby daddy have no money to go to the supermarket. He had buy for he babe. I don't know what to tell you, love. For those of you who do not have the financial means to look, WhatsApp crashing. WhatsApp smell the rat? For those of you who are unable to get what you need to get this morning, I'm not sure what advice I can give you. Maybe borrow $20 here or there with the promise to pay back, or make do with what you have. I am not sure. Some of us who are shopping this morning, we are going to supplement what we have at home. So make use of what you have home until further notice. I don't know what to tell you if you cannot purchase this morning. If you can buy, you can buy. So remember, extended shopping hours, they start in just about 20 seconds because it's 20 minutes to 8. Walk with your shopping bags, walk with your face mask, your gloves if you have to, your shopping list. Picture the supermarket or the shop that you're going in, and most of us can do that. You only have 25 minutes to shop in and out with the quickness. Pick up, put on, pay, exit. Ooh, that's the plan. Pick up, put down, as in the basket. So pick up, put on, pay, exit. That's the plan this morning. Have yourselves a good extended shopping day. Be safe. Continue to practice proper hygiene. Do what you need to do to stay COVID-free. Up to this morning, Grenada only has 12 confirmed cases, and let's keep it that way. Contact tracing continues. If you need to be practicing self-isolation, do that. Don't let people have to force you. Don't let the government have to charge you. Do what we need to do to keep Grenada as healthy as possible. Sing this song as you head on up this morning. It's not business as usual. It's with the quickness. That's the motto, with the quickness. Have a good one. Let's join the BBC for the 8 a.m. newscast. Bye.
Total is one of the world's largest oil companies with a top quality line of lubricants. Total Lubricants has a full product line from passenger cars, motorcycle, heavy industrial equipment, mining, trucking, agriculture, and manufacturing machines and vehicles. Total Lubricants, winning championships in motorsports, including